Welcome back, folks, to the Membership Machine Show. This is episode 42. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the best SaaS, some of the best SaaS and WordPress landing page builders out there. We had a discussion last week about ClickFunnels and one of the other products. So I thought we needed to cover this particular subject in a little bit more detail. Unfortunately, Spencer Forum couldn't make it this week. I've got my Thursday host with me, Kurt. Kurt, would you like to introduce yourself to the listeners and viewers?
Absolutely, Jonathan. My name is Kurt von Annen. I own an agency called Mañana No Más, focused largely on membership and learning websites. And of course, I work with WP-Tonic and Lifter LMS. Very
knowledgeable about membership, about learning management systems. So what I thought, Kirk, before we go into the main part of this great show, I have got a couple messages from our major sponsors. We will be back in a few moments, folks.
This podcast episode is brought to you by Lifter LMS, the leading learning management system solution for WordPress. If you or your client are creating any kind of online course, training-based membership website, or any type of e-learning project, Lifter LMS is the most secure, stable, well-supported solution on the market. Go to lifterlms.com and save 20% at checkout with coupon code podcast20. That's podcast20. Enjoy the rest of your show.
Back, folks. I just wanted to say also that the sponsors have a couple of special offers. And plus, we got a curated list of the best WordPress plugin solutions to help you build a great membership website on WordPress, something you definitely want to consider. To get all these goodies that will save you a load of time and money, all you have to do is go over to wp-tonic.com/deals, wp-tonic.com/deals, and you find all the goodies there. What more could you ask for? Probably more, but that's all you're going to get on that particular page. Plus, you should consider signing up for the WP-Tonic newsletter. It's a great weekly newsletter about WordPress and membership and marketing in general. So, last week we discussed in quite some detail, Kirk, ClickFunnels, as I should say correctly. Have you got any experience with ClickFunnels practically, or is it something you've looked at? What have you got any kind of insight knowledge about it? I would imagine you've looked at it. I would just be interested in what your thoughts about it and what it offers.
Very little exposure to ClickFunnels 2.0. The original ClickFunnels, back when Russell Brunson was talking about his potato cannon and all that, I got interested and I looked at it. And it was before I got into building email sequence engines and stuff like that on WordPress sites. So I did experiment with the original ClickFunnels, not extensively, but enough to feel familiar with it. I just haven't used the 2.0 yet.
Right. Like we said, and you do want to listen to last week's show, folks. We went into some detail. ClickFunnels. It's tried to with 2.0, which came out almost 9 months ago, I think, or could be longer actually. They have basically added a lot more functionality, not only to the landing page, but added or in the process of adding functionality so it will become an all-embracing Swiss Army knife, similar to Kajabi, which has its strengths. We've got to be honest here, has its attractions, but it also has its problems. And the problems have occurred is that some of that functionality still hasn't turned up in ClickFunnels 2.0. They've been saying that it's coming for quite a while. And some of the other functionality which is available is attractive and is there, but it has a lot of people have said that they've had problems with the reliability, with the software being buggy, and also I think when it comes to UX, the actual flow of the interface design, I think it's fine if you like utilize the tool quite a bit, you'll get used to it. But I think when it comes to actual UX design, it has some shortcomings, which is not surprising in some ways because they've added a lot more functionality, which is expressed in the prices, which they have put up quite a bit. But you do get a lot more functionality, even though some of the functionality is coming. Did that make any sense, Kirk, or do you think I'm waffling a bit?
No, it does. I mean, it's nature to waffle a little bit when you're talking about such a big thing. For me, I just get wrapped around expenses quite a bit. You know, when I look at what I'm getting for the dollar, it's like, how much am I going to use this feature? So yeah, I think ClickFunnels 2.0, to your point, a lot like Kajabi offers a lot. If it fits the use case, great. But I think there's other options.
Yeah, it's always the case with a Swiss Army knife solution. It is extremely attractive, but there is the downside. Is as the platform becomes more complicated, more elements introduced to the platform, it loses focus, basically. One of the nice things with WordPress, if you choose the right stack of plugins, each plugin developer is really very focused about producing the best solution as they can in their particular niche of WordPress, if you follow me. So it's a really finding the right stack of plugins when it comes into the world of WordPress that have the right teams, the right standards, that offer the functionality, and then you can click them together and you can get the solution that you're looking for. Where you come with an all-embracing solution, it is very attractive, but I apologise, they do tend to lose focus because they're dealing with all these separate elements, in my opinion. So, and also you lose what I call digital sovereignty, is that if you've ever built up a large membership website, a profitable membership website, and then you've hit a wall and the all-embracing solution isn't meeting your requirements and you need something to be added, or there's something missing, and you basically got to move platforms. And if you built up a good membership website, moving platforms is not something to be taken lightheartedly. No. It is going to be a major investment in time and money. So I think it's best, if you're not going to go to the WordPress route, that you look at SaaSes that offer specific functionality and combine them into the solution that you're looking for. But a lot of people would disagree with that, and I understand why. Let's go to number 2. I always struggle how to pronounce. How do you pronounce
Unbounce.
it? Pardon?
Unbounce.
Upbounce. It's been around for quite a while. I actually, I think almost 4 or 5 years ago, I interviewed one of the founders. It does everything when it comes to the landing pages really effectively. To me, it's really aimed at the more corporate market, the upscale market to some degree. It doesn't offer email. You have to link it to a third-party email platform like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign if you're looking for that email automation kind of functionality. I mean, with elements of a CRM, It doesn't offer that, yeah, because it focuses on landing pages. It's got its own builder. It starts at $99 per month. It's a good product, but it just depends where you are in your business and what you're looking for. What do you reckon, Kurt?
I actually have not used this product before, so I got really fixated on what does it offer and like what are the limitations. And I started seeing things in the pricing like up to 500 conversions or up to 20,000 visitors. So it appears to me that this is a hosted example of running these lead pages, and then it's almost like you're penalized if you succeed, because there's a limit to how many conversions or how many people can see it and stuff like that. So, and it starts at $100 a month. So that led me to look at some other options on your list that I thought were a little more attractive.
Yeah, I think your insight there is about right. That is one of the, they've got to have tiers when and you've really got to look, if you do get more successful, there might be a big jump in price. But on the other hand, if you're reaching that success and it fulfills what you're looking for, you're probably got a very profitable business. So it swings and roundabouts, basically. Obviously, every business has to keep control of its costs, no matter how successful it is. So you just have to make a judgment call. I think if you're utilizing, you're probably going to have to do a subdomain, have your main website, whatever you're utilizing, and then utilize this for the landing page. I think you can do domain masking. I think it's been around for a long time. So I would imagine on the technical side, it's got all the swings and roundabouts. And I think it's a pretty rock solid product with a lot of templates. So have a look at it.
The template library was pretty impressive. I like the look of their templates.
Yeah. I have not used it for quite a while. So me making a statement about how the actual landing page editor works, I can't really pass a comment on that because I haven't used it for quite a while. I did use it, but it was quite a while ago because, like I say, it's a product that's been around for a bit. Onto a WordPress solution, Optimize Press. Do you know anything about this one?
This is one I've only seen in use a couple of times through a client, not one that I've ever got for a client. So I was on the after decision of this one, and it was just to manage the page. It seemed to work just fine. Like the templates were easy to select, things were easy to modify, and they work. So it's like, okay, this is good.
Yeah. If it's you pay yearly, and they've got Builder, Suite, and Suite Pro, and it depends on how many websites. I think the last one, which is 249, I think it's up to 20 websites, but I have to check that. I think it's one site for the Builder, 129 a year, so it's not outrageous. It was one of the first WordPress solutions that built a solution for landing pages. It's been around for quite a while. I can't remember who the team are behind it, but it is a quite effective solution. I think maybe in the WordPress space there might be some better solutions, but you're just going to have to make your own judgment call about that. I wouldn't try and persuade you not to utilize it. What do you reckon on what I've just said then, Kurt?
I'm in line with you quite a bit. And like I said, I didn't make the purchase decision. I had clients that did, but when I had to use the product, again, I could select things, I could work with them, I could modify things easily. They worked. And when you point out that the pricing is yearly, that makes it quite a bargain in comparison to other options on the list. $240 for a year when some are charging, $200 a month.
So I think what you're saying is you were hired to help a client. You logged in, you hadn't used it before, but you could, with a bit of playing around and maybe looking at some of the help documentation, you could do what you needed to do without it being too stressful for you. Is that
Exactly.
what you're saying?
The adoption was quick and easy. It was really straightforward.
Which is a good sign, folks, because I think that's been one of the problems with ClickFunnels 2.0 is some of their functionality isn't very obvious about how it works. It's fine as long as you do a little bit of a dive in the support documentation. And depending on the experience, folks, there's always going to be a learning curve, whatever product, but there's learning curves and there's learning curves. But, that's all I can say because each individual is slightly different. So let's go on. Let's go on to swipe pages. Do you know anything about this one?
Nope, this is another one you picked that I don't have any experience with. Yeah.
No, I haven't really, but I did do a little bit of a dive on it. I was quite impressed. Didn't you? I didn't set up I think they offer a free account. I'm not sure actually. But I did do a bit of research on it and what it seemed to offer. Like some of the other SaaS, it's a SaaS solution, folks. It's not a WordPress solution. And
let me handle that for you.
All right, got the dogs there. He's going to sort that out, folks. But we've got Swipe Pages is quite effective. I was quite impressed. It comes with a good library of landing pages. The pricing seems extremely fair to me. Starts at $39. Next one up is $89, and agency $199. And it doesn't come with an email functionality like one of the other ones I just mentioned. You're going to have to utilize something like MailChimp or something like Active Campaign or Drip or one of the many that you can choose from. But as a page builder, I was quite impressed with this one. I'll give it 4 stars out of 5. I think it's definitely something that you can look at. So are the dogs settling down?
The dogs are settling, yeah. The 14-day free trial to me is something, Jonathan, that's like risk-free if you've got the time to take a look at it. And when they have over 40 plus templates, and the templates aren't ugly, like they're definitely workable. So, the layouts are, I think the layouts are intuitive and some of the things that they pick. So 14 days free trial, give it a shot.
Right. On to a well-known that had a real dominance of the market, but then kind of lost that dominance. And it's one of the reasons why ClickFunnels really caught on in the digital marketing audience that they were focused at, plus all the training and other reasons with the effective marketing of ClickFunnels with its founders, which you can't take away. Is Lead Pages. Lead Pages has been around a number of years. They bought Drip, which was a email marketing platform. I don't think Lead Pages offer an email functionality in their plan. I think you have to buy Drip as well if you want to use Drip or something like Active Campaign. What's your knowledge of Lead Pages then, Kurt?
No, I gotcha. The thing that I was blown away with the most with Lead Pages was the sheer number of templates and the amount of categories. And I mean, from an agency perspective, the idea that no matter what industry or segment my client is in, I'm going to have something to work with is really, really attractive.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. On to the next one. Or let's do one. Should I go with that or should I go with a break? I think we're going to go for a break, folks, actually. We're going to keep this show to about 30, 35 minutes. We're going to go for a break and we will be back in a few moments, folks. Coming back, folks. Just want to point out, if you're looking to utilize WordPress and have all the best plugins as part of the hosting package, plus a load of other functionality, all combined in one great value price, why don't you look at WP-Tonic as your WordPress hosting provider? We also provide, I think, superb support, also white glove setting up session that we try and get you going as quickly as possible, and assist you in the first week of getting going. I think it's a fantastic package. So go over to w-tonic.com and see what we got to offer. You can also book a free chat with me, and I can give you some advice. So let's go on to the next one. Seed Prod. What are your thoughts about this one? Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Kurt.
This is my Wayback Machine. This is a product that I used a long time ago. I started with Seed Prod back when my agency first started, before I got into Elementor and other page builders and stuff. I tried a bunch. I kind of like their products, to be honest with you. I feel like as an agency, I graduated and I went to Elementor, and more people use that, and I became more mainstream in my building practices, my implementation practices. But I enjoyed the Seed Prod product when I used it. It was reliable, and it was easy to use. I think I said earlier, like, the adoption was intuitive and easy. I feel that way with this product as well.
Right. I haven't used it. I think having a look around it, they do one thing that annoys me slightly. They offer a very discounted price for the first year, and then the price goes up considerably. But compared to some of the SaaS products that we are talking about, even when it is priced at its normal price level, it starts at $47, $79, $159. Like I say, it looks attractive. I think in the WordPress space there are better solutions, and I will leave it at that. On to another one that's really built a real following, comes from a different direction than ClickFunnels or lead pages, which built their reputation and following through landing pages. This one offers landing pages, but built its reputation through email marketing, and that's ConvertKit. So have you had the pleasure of utilizing ConvertKit at all? You know, what do you know about it, Kurt?
So working with Lifter LMS, ConvertKit is one of the integrations with Lifter LMS, and I've had a couple of clients that use ConvertKit with the integration and then employed lead pages. In my experience, only my experience, the email functionality, in that connection was really sound, but I didn't feel that I had very good control over like having a real good design out of the gate. And that may have changed since then.
Yeah.
But back when I was first working with my customers' products, I didn't feel that I had the same design freedom that I have with an Elementor or one of these other products we've already discussed.
Yeah. One of the things I was going to use deceptive. That is not the right term. I'm struggling for the right terms. One of the things I just don't like is that when you log in, it's got a very seems very good value, but it's got a slider. Now, if you haven't got many in your email list, that's fine. The truth of it, and this is only a broad my opinion, folks, to make real money from your email list, and this will vary. I know people that have much larger lists, and I know people that have a much smaller list, and they do very well out of their email list. But in the digital marketing industry, really the sweet point where you're going to make some good money from your list, and there's a lot of variables in this, is around 5,000 users. It does really depend on how warm the list, how, is it is it been niched enough, or is it a very broad list? Where you got the list, how you treated the list. There's a lot of factors, but around 5,000 now. So I put the prices. I put it up to 5,000, and you can criticise me for that or not. So if you put it at 5,000, it starts at 7,911. It will cost you, depending on which you go for Creator or Creator Pro. Obviously, I haven't used it for a while, folks, so I can't tell you if they've improved the landing page builder. All these that we're talking about change quite rapidly, or you would hope they do, to some extent. Obviously, it comes, like I said at the beginning, it comes from a different background slightly than some of the other products that we've been discussing in this show. It comes from email marketing, and then they bolted on the landing page functionality. But that's attractive in some ways because it's kind of in the middle, really. It's not something like ClickFunnels or Kajabi, where they're trying to build this massive Swiss Army knife. When it comes to ConvertKit, I think their focus is around email marketing and landing pages and combining the two together. So it could be the good middle ground. I think it's definitely something. I think Swipe Pages and ConvertKit, if I was starting my membership website, or I was starting to get traction and I wanted a better tool than what I was utilizing, I wasn't prepared to consider WordPress. I think I would look at ConvertKit with Swipe Pages of those that we're in the SaaS world that we're looking at. On to the next one. I think Elementor, which is a page builder, a website builder, website page builder, but they do have a lot of templates when it comes to landing page, and they've got a great editor. What's your thoughts about using Elementor for your landing page builder?
Well, now you hit my sweet spot, Jonathan. I think as I developed as an implementer and an agency, it just became more natural to try and control my expenses and to use my creatives, as an asset. And, Elementor is where I fell in that. They have great templates. They have template parts, so you can build one from scratch if you want. And once you get comfortable with it, it becomes very intuitive to use it. And again, what I was saying earlier was it keeps my budget in line. It keeps my overhead where I need it to be. Seed Prod wasn't cheap, right? A couple of the other ones we talked about weren't super cheap. And to your point, like with ConvertKit and a couple of the others we mentioned, the pricing changes based on the usage or the number of people, right? And so once we get into the WordPress space and we incorporate a CRM within our site, and we build that as its own little microcosm, we can control the overhead and the cost of the marketing as it grows and expands.
Yeah, some people, I think Elementor, it's still got a very sizable share of the WordPress space. It's a plugin, folks. They do offer their own hosted solution. I really wouldn't go with that. I think if I was going to utilize it, I would get the plugin. We do offer it as part of the WP-Tonic package. It will build the web pages, and they have got a fantastic library of landing page templates. You can also, the pop-up builder is one of the best. It's a little bit technical if you're not used to building anything in WordPress or online anyway, but it does come with an enormous amount of power and it starts at $59 a year if you only got one website, so it's not ridiculously priced. I I think what you've got to understand, folks, is that I would combine it with some other great plugins, and then you would get the full functionality. Depending on who you are hosting with, I'm not sure if Elementor they offer email linkage. I would link it with SendGrid, and then I would utilize Fluent CRM with Fluent Forms, and then for your landing page, so you would have a form to capture information. That would be done by Fluent Forms, and Fluent Forms Pro works fantastic with Fluent CRM. And both those solutions with Elementor or some of the other page builders that we've discussed during the show, you've got a really powerful, and that also works really fantastic with the Gutenberg page builder, block library solutions, stroke frameworks like Cadence WP or Spectrum, or some of the others that we've discussed. You could either go with Elementor or you can go with Gutenberg or some of the other page builders. But those 3 or 4 core inexpensive, you would only pay yearly instead of a monthly fee. You've got some good functionality. What do you reckon, Kurt?
I was right alongside of you with the whole Elementor, embed the form from Fluent, use the Fluent CRM. That 100% makes absolute sense, and it's a good use of budget. As we talk about this, I almost want to, and maybe you'll hate me for saying it at the end of the show, but like for listeners, maybe we should define what a landing page or a sales page or a lead page is, because when I talk to marketing experts, they seem to use those phrases interdependently, like they're different. But to us, we're looking for what? A single message, one page, like one call to action, very focused message on one page. Is that what you're thinking?
Well, it was a bit of a flaw to the start of this podcast. Hopefully, listeners and viewers won't hold it against me. We've had some technical problems and other things, and Kurt jumped in at the last minute to do this, which, bless his heart, I'm very appreciative that he did it. But you're totally right. I should have done that at the beginning. So would you like to take over a little bit and just give a quick outline? Because you're totally spot on, Kurt.
Yeah, I do an awful lot of work with different marketing organizations as well, and I'll talk to some of them, and I'll use the term landing page, and then they'll use the term sales page, and then all of a sudden I'll talk to someone else, and they'll say sales page. No, I'm looking for someone to make lead pages, as if it were something completely different. And I'm like, you're looking for a one page, like a single URL, one page that has one call to action or one focused message to it. So like as an agency, I might have a website that says I make websites, I do social media, I do video editing, I do course curriculum, all that. But I don't want all that in a landing page or a sales page. I want to just have one focused thing that gets the customer's attention and gets them to fill out a form or aggregate some call to action, right? And that's it. And that's why it's important to have these solutions that have the ability to make more than one landing page, because you're going to want a landing page for this, for this, for this, for this, for this, and then sample those to see what gets you the best conversion.
Yeah, you're totally correct. Everything that Kurt just said there is totally spot on. I should have done that or got you to do the intro about that, because I was just presuming that the listener knew what, like everything. And it's don't feel, we all start somewhere, listeners and viewers, and you might not know precisely what a landing page. And I think Kurt's just given a really good outline there. So obviously you haven't looked at some of these because I brought you in at the last minute to help you with this podcast. But, you've had a quick look over. When it comes to the SaaS side of it, is any of these, even though you haven't got a lot of practical knowledge, but you've been developing websites for a long time now, helping people and advising people in your corporate background, is any of the SaaS-based solutions, any of them really come to the top?
I think when you were talking about the optimized press, that one kind of attracted me, something I I might be willing to take a look at.
I think Optimized Press is a WordPress solution.
It is a WordPress.
Yeah.
See, that's why I like it so much. See, Jonathan, I can't help it, man. I mean, I know that this is a SaaS show, SaaS and WordPress.
Yeah.
But I used to work with HTML sites, and then I did some SaaS stuff, and then I just got attracted to WordPress, and there's just so much flexibility and so much power in the platform that it seems to be where I'm constantly attracted to.
Yeah, I think of the three SaaS solutions, I would look at ConvertKit, I would look at Lead Pages, and I would look at Swipe Pages.
Out of those three, for me, it would be Lead Pages.
Yeah, it's a good, solid.
Just the wealth of templates is amazing. And like I said, every category of industry I could see that I work with is covered in that library.
Yeah. When it comes to WordPress, folks, I think you've got two really choices. You're either going to go the Element. A lot of people are going to hate me for saying this, but it's just my honest opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, wrong, or indifferent. I think you're either going to go the Elementor route, or you're going to go the Gutenberg route. And the Gutenberg, I would use a third-party framework with Gutenberg, and I personally would use Cadence WP, but Spectre is another good solution. There are some differences, and there's 2 to 3 other frameworks, block library solutions out there, or even more that you could look at. But I'm talking not about the implementer, the WordPress developer, the WordPress designer, whatever title that you want to give me. I'm talking about the average membership website owner stroke somebody that's just trying to get their business going, and they're going to be doing a lot of this themselves. If you're that type of individual, and that is the individual that this show is aimed at, I would look, and you're going to build it on WordPress, which I think is a fabulous decision, honestly. I would look at Elementor or Cadence WP. What's your thoughts about? And I'll be honest about it, because I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just giving my honest opinion. So what do you feel?
You introduced me to the Maxi Blocks people 2-3 months ago. And they have a lot of really good, like right through the Gutenberg editor, you can just bring stuff in through their template library. But I did notice that when you use one of their products and then save anything Gutenberg after that, it breaks their product and you have to go back and resave it. So, and that's going to happen a lot with page builders that come in on top of it.
Well, there were, I do another podcast, folks, and Kurt is my co-host, and we had Maxi Blocks, one of the Maxi Blocks founders, and it's a fantastic product, and it's from a really great team. I think they're based in Portugal. Might be wrong there. I think he said he was based in northern Portugal, and just a great solution. But I don't think they would be disparaging to me. I think it's really aimed at the WordPress professional market, at the power implementer, the developer, the designer, whatever title you want to take. And all these titles all overlap one another and in some ways don't mean much, but we have to utilize them.
Yeah, if I was going to pick in Gutenberg between Astra and Cadence for the lead page idea, I think it would be with Cadence. I think I'd stick on the Cadence side, and I've already said it, I'm already an Elementor user, so when it comes to the lead pages, the sales pages, I like using Elementor.
Yeah, all right. I think that's been. I think we're coming to the end. The purpose of the show was just to give you some ideas about what are some of the solutions, SaaS and WordPress out there. I think we've done a reasonably good job. Thanks for Kurt for coming on at short notice. I really appreciate it. So Kurt, what's the best way for people to find out more about you and what you're up to?
Well, my website is mañananomas.com, mañana no más, like tomorrow no more. And then LinkedIn, Kurt Von Onen at LinkedIn. I'm the only Kurt Von Onen there. So come find me, connect, and we'll have a conversation. And
if you've got a big learning management project and you're looking for some real knowledgeable consultancy, do have a word with Kurt, because he's got years of experience in building out membership websites for large corporations, for medium-sized organizations and individual entrepreneurs. He really has actually a lot more knowledge than in that specific sector of building learning platforms, membership websites. The consultancy side, he's got more knowledge than I do. So please do that. We will be back next week with another guest. I think we've got a guest next week, folks. And it should be a great show. We'll see you soon, folks. Bye.